Spartans were among the deadliest fighters history has ever known. Ever since their childhood, they were trained to become soldiers. They were ruthless, resilient, and must have been undeniably strong. As we speak, we are imagining them like athletic bodybuilders with 8 packs and massive biceps. But they were nothing like it. Those virtues went to the athletic heroes of Sparta in games like Olympics. In fact, Spartan soldiers were light, small, with decent muscle mass, yet they were among the strongest. How was that possible? Have we been seeing strength from the wrong perspective? Strength is considered parallel to size across time. The bigger you are, the stronger you are perceived to be. In fitness, larger muscles are easily assumed to be the stronger ones. This is just one side of the world. The other side tells us miraculous stories of inhuman strength witnessed in more than one occasions. For example, a mother who witnesses her child being ran over by a car out of nowhere lifts the car. People have also proven that pulling an aeroplane using their teeth is not an impossible task after all. And I think that gives us more than enough reasons to figure out what real strength is for the sake of both those sides. Are larger muscles equal to more strength? Let's find out. When we are exercising, we are technically pushing the limit of our body to perform the particular routine. With exercise done effectively, we experience improvements, find it easier to complete the sets. As you lift weights, the pain you feel is actually caused by the minor injuries and tearing of muscle fibers. When repairing them, your brain helps you build thicker muscle fibers to decrease the chances of similar injuries. This is how we grow muscles, though proper conditioning and diet is highly essential to see notable changes. Now, let's come back to the question. You became more muscular, but strength? Undeniably, you are stronger because there are thicker muscles that can sustain more load. But that doesn't make total sense because muscle is not the only factor that contributes to strength. That's why bodybuilders and weightlifters have totally different methods of workout, though both of them look massive in terms of physique. Understanding these two cases may actually help us solve the Spartan mystery of strength. Let me simplify the two most basic ideologies of gym goers. 1. Lift weights as fast as you can and increase the weight slowly over time. 2. Lift the weight, hold, and lower the weight slower than it was raised. In professional terms, the main difference between these methods is the volume under tension. Simply said, it's the time your muscle is feeling or resisting the tension. Remember that how we said muscles were built by causing minor injuries? This time, the muscles are believed to be bigger in the case of the second method, where the time under tension is greater, which means you hold on to the weight longer. This is also very similar to the technique followed by bodybuilders, which is called muscle hypertrophy. The idea is to build a huge amount of muscle in a very short time. Of course, additional help like steroid could be involved in this process, arguably, but the catch is that those who follow the first method, like weightlifters, are generally stronger and tend to maintain shape, unlike bodybuilders who may lose a significant amount of mass shortly after the staging at the bodybuilding competitions. Before we could go any further, head on to our channel to find more interesting videos. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our videos. Here we are, back to the same place we started. Who is stronger. Powerlifters are definitely higher on the strength league compared to bodybuilders who may be bigger than them. Hence, the popular opinion falls short. Larger muscle doesn't necessarily mean one is stronger. Researchers think that the key to strength may actually lie in the quality of a muscle. Our takeaway is that two equally sized muscles are less likely to possess the same strength due to the density of muscle for a matter. More accurately, researchers put things to comparison based on calculated values like power or speed of force produced per unit or area of muscle. After all, the ability to produce energy is the detailed definition of the property we believe to be strength. So, we are somewhat sure that different methods of training have led to different muscle mass, and quality of muscle and strength lies in the intensity of the muscle. However, we haven't solved the mystery just yet. How do we get stronger without falling into the wrong track of building larger but lower quality muscles? The answer lies in the unbelievable cases where people possessed unbelievable strength. Is it possible for people to lift a car with bare hands? Yes, indeed. The main factor in play is fear. In cases of fear, like fight or flight situations, an adrenaline rush happens in the body. The adrenaline helps our body to feel less pain while accumulating more energy than usual. That is solely the reason why ordinary people could do extraordinary things. You see, that hints us that strength may well be closely connected to our brain as well. The brain, by default, has the capability to increase our strength at times to help us in critical situations, pushing us beyond the limits we built for ourselves. This idea is very true for the different training methods we discussed about. The subject who lifted weights fast was not only training the muscles to adapt to the conditions, but also the brain to produce greater power for the movements. Possibly, it's this muscle mind connection that leads to the quality of muscles built eventually. Perhaps that's why fitness experts encourage people to focus and feel on the movement of muscle while doing the exercise. Therefore, building just muscle is futile except when we build our mind to be stronger as well. We are required to believe in our strength. This brings us to a junction. Is strength really the confidence we have in our strength? Well, it's surely a major component of strength. The Spartans were bred for war to become warriors. It is said they are even checked for defect when they are infants, as the lives born with defects are taken on the day of their birth. Growing up into a young age, Spartan candidates are meant to survive without water and food in the jungle before they could actually qualify to join the military. It was justified because in times of war, soldiers had to continue marching against resistance. They did not train for muscle mass as it will slow down a soldier. They were unstoppable because they were strong, of course, and that strength came from the deadly training they were put through, the struggles they had to face. The will they had was perhaps the key to their strength. They may have had smaller muscles, but their muscles were experienced with facing situations way more demanding than what they have in store. Hence, we conclude the case. Strength is a coin with two sides, physical adaptation and mentality. True strength is not activated if either is absent. Strongly speaking, quantum vimana.